Hello and welcome back to BS Rugby. In the second game of round two of the Six Nations, of course, sees France taking on Ireland at the Stade de France on a Saturday night kickoff. While you're watching this, there will already be a Wales against Scotland preview on the channel, so make sure to check that out as well. Before we get into the preview itself, if you're new here, please do hit the like button. It massively helps. Let me know in the comments your predictions for this game. And of course, hit that subscribe button. Come join the channel. We've got loads of stuff going on at the minute. We're trying to hit 3,000 subscribers by the end of the Six Nations. It's completely free, so make sure to join us. Of course, as it is such a big game, we're going to be doing a watch long for this one. We're going to be doing it. It's going to be going live around about 4:30 with kickoff at 4:45. There's a link in the description down below. Make sure to click the reminder on the stream to be notified when we go live. It's just a chance for fans to come together and enjoy the chat and the banter as we watch the rugby together. Let's have a chat then about the history between the two sides, specifically looking over the last 5 fixtures. And it's very much up and down. Ireland maybe with a slight advantage in that sense. But last season, of course, they faced each other in last year's Six Nations. This was, of course, at the Aviva Stadium, in an empty Aviva Stadium. France winning this one by 15 points to 13, while they then faced one another once again, but this time in the Stade de France. France coming out on top once again, winning that one by 35 points to 27. That was in the Six Nations of 2020. But a year before that, in 2019, it was an Irish win, and of course, it was a very dramatic win. Ireland winning that one by 15 points to 13 at the Stade de France. What a win that was, and of course, Johnny Sexton kicking that kick. And then the year before that, it was a win for the home team Ireland, once again, 19 points to 9 in the 2017 Six Nations. So it seems like Ireland maybe have a little bit of a dominance going into that one, but it's going to be fascinating to see how these two teams do. Of course, last week, Ireland started with a bang, beating Wales by 29 points to 7, while France got a pretty comfortable win in the end against Italy, winning that one by 37 points to 10. Both teams have been announced. We'll go through them now. Just a caveat, I'm not French, but I will try my best on the pronunciations and run you through the team. Let's go through the team then. So starting at fullback, Jaminet starts at fullback with Damien Penaud and hat-trick hero Villiers playing on the wing. Moefana is in the centre. He comes in for the injured Dante, and he plays alongside Gael Fickou, with Antoine Dupont, of course, as captain, playing alongside Roman Ntamak. In the front row, then, we have Cyril Bailly alongside Marchand and Antonio. Woki and Willems play together. Cross comes in for Cretan alongside Yelonk in the back row. And, of course, at number 8 is Aldrit. Leaving a bench, then, of Malvaca, Gross, Bamba, Taufefuena, Fleman, Cretan, Lucci, and Ramos. The Irish team has also been announced, and yes, I will get to that Johnny Sexton news, of course I will, but this is how the Irish line up. Hugo Keenan starts at fullback with Andrew Conway on the wing alongside Mac Hansen. In the centres, we have Bundy Aki and Gary Ringrose continuing that partnership. At 10, of course, we have Joey Carbery-Sexton is out. He's out with a slight injury, something that he's done in training, nothing to be concerned about, but he is out. So Joey Carbery steps into the number 10 jersey, and he partners Jameson Gibson Park. Andrew Porter partners Ronan Keller and Tyg Furlong, same front row, as last week. In the locks, we have Tyg Byrne and James Ryan. James Ryan gets the captaincy, of course, with Sexton being out. Caelan Doris, Josh van der Fleer, and Jack Conan complete the back row, leaving the bench of Dan Sheehan, Keane Healy, Finlay Beam. Ian Henderson comes back into the squad. He's had a few injuries, played for Ulster last week, but he's back on the bench with Peter O'Mahony, Conor Murray. Jack Carty comes onto the bench, of course, because Carbery has stepped up, and Robbie Henshaw is also on the bench. He's back after his injury layoff. So that's how the two teams look. Where is this game going to be won and lost? It's a fascinating one to certainly talk about. But of course, first of all, we've got to talk about Johnny Sexton. Johnny Sexton, the talisman for this Irish side, is out. Now, he was pivotal to the way that this Irish team beat Wales last week. And as a Welshman, he was absolutely brilliant. He just ran the show from start to finish. It was so comfortable for him, but he did things so well. And of course, a lot of people will be talking about his age, saying he's too old to be part of the team anymore. You know, you need to bring the youngsters through. But for me, his performances still show that he's able to not only be competitive at this level, but to thrive at this level as well. It's going to be interesting to see whether, of course, the man who is replacing him, Joey Carbery, can step up to the mark, can dictate the game that Sexton likes to play, and whether Ireland can play the same way through Carbery that they played through Sexton. Of course, the big thing with Carbery is he hasn't played all that much rugby, had a lot of injuries over the last few years, playing, of course, for Munster. But he has shown in big games that he has the bottle to control games and also to make big decisions and to execute well. Of course, that game against the All Blacks comes to mind where he slotted that penalty from quite a few metres out in the autumn. Again, it's going to be fascinating with Carbery. Some people are talking about potentially Jack Carty getting a start because of his performances for Connacht this season. I just don't think that Andy Farrell is fully sold on Jack Carty yet at international level. Again, there's going to be pressure on him. That partnership with Gibson Park, is that going to work? They have played together, of course, before at international level, but that is going to be the challenge for them. Irish fans, let me know in the comments. It'd be really fascinated to know who you have liked to have seen start at 10 in the absence of Johnny Sexton. Some of the big battles on the pitch for sure are going to be in the front row. You look at these two, Bailly and Antonio, they are absolute monsters. Something that this French team are very good at doing is getting over the game line, getting the ball, getting the advantage up front, and then being able to release the backs to the likes of Dupont, Ntamak, Ficou, Penaud, and the rest of them. For the Irish, though, they don't have two bad options themselves in, of course, Andrew Porter and Tadhg Furlong. Tadhg Furlong, in my opinion, the best in the world in his position. But it's going to be really important that this Irish team can at least be competitive and get parity with the French front pack, because their pack is monstrous. And at the Stade de France, it's going to be very, very difficult. The atmosphere is going to be pretty electric, you'd assume so. And a lot of people are already talking about this as the championship decider. In my opinion, a little bit too early, but you can understand as to why there's that excitement and that build-up towards this game. But that battle up front, the Irish, what they are so good at provincial level especially, is getting quick ball. And when they get that quick ball, honestly, their ruck speed is ridiculous. The ball is there in less than a second and it's out. And they're going to want to do that in Paris. They want to unsettle this French defence. And France are going to want to do exactly the same to this Irish pack. They're going to want to bully them up front and then allow that quick ball for Dupont and then for them to dictate play from there. But talking about Dupont, of course, these two are very well known now, and they have sought out a partnership which works for them. Of course, it is Antoine Dupont, captain, and in my opinion, the best player in the world, alongside Romain Ntamak. And both of them just have this amazing ability to control games, speed the game up, to know what to do at the right time. And although Ntamak may not be as influential as other 10s due to the fact that Dupont just controls everything, he's an exceptional player who offers an incredible amount of attacking impetus, but also defensively understands where he needs to be. And I think that for France, they are going to look to try and speed the game up. They are going to look to try and counter a lot of the time. And these two are going to be crucial to it. Can they take those quick penalties? Can they use the likes of an Ntamak to open the game up? That is going to be the big battle. But for Ireland, of course, it is Gibson Park and it is Joey Carbery. And if you're looking at the matchup, you'd certainly have to say that the French have the upper hand on the Irish team. But I do like Gibson Park. I think he speeds the game up really, really well in comparison to someone like a Conor Murray. And then Joey Carbery, a lot of excitement when he came to Ireland, of course, when he started for Munster, had his injuries though. But I do believe there is a real quality player in there. And as I said before, he has the bottle. He's shown that he's able to be a good player at international level. It doesn't come much harder than the All Blacks. But this game is going to be fascinating. How am I seeing this one going? I think France are going to sneak it. I think they're just about going to sneak it. I do think that Ireland can certainly win this one. I think for them, they've got to unsettle the French in the opening 20 minutes. They've got to keep their discipline, something that France in the past have not been good at, but the Irish on the whole have decent discipline. So I do think that France are going to win, but I think it's going to be very, very close, and it could really go either way. But I am going to back France to win by three or 4 points. I don't think there's going to be much in it. I'm going to say 27-24 to France. That's going to be my score predictions. As always, let me know your score predictions in the comments down below. And don't forget, we're going to be doing a watch along for this game. We're going to be going live at about 4:30. We'll kick off at 4:45. So make sure that you join that. Set the reminder. There'll be links in the description and in the comments. Just click that link and set your mind on that. Don't forget as well, you can check out our Fantasy Rugby League. Of course, see if you can beat me, see if you can do better than me. I think I'm 4th at the minute, which isn't too bad. There's a link down below. Make sure to get your teams in before kick-off for that Scotland-Wales game. But anyway, that is my preview for this game. As always, we're eager to hear your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you for all the support on the channel recently. Hit that subscribe button. We're trying to get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of the Six Nations. With your help, we can certainly do it. Anyway, that's enough from me. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy the rugby over the weekend, whether you're going in person or you're watching at home or at the pub with friends. Enjoy the rugby, and I'll catch you soon here on BS Rugby.